Okay, so hope has your life improved since choosing how? It should be how.
What do you mean?
I don't know what hope is there.
Right.
How has your life improved since choosing sobriety?
So I did that. That was good.
My life has improved dramatically. My relationship with God is better than it's ever been in my entire life. I just finished my fourth book of the chapter in my entire life. So, fourth chapter in the book, let me speak. What did I say? Fourth book in the...
She read 4 bucks of the Bible. That's what she's trying to say.
That's what I was trying to say. Now I forgot what the question was.
How has your life improved since
Oh,
choosing sobriety?
I've repaired broken relationships. I don't know. I feel like I'm a whole new person that even before I started doing drugs, I felt like my life was in this little box. And I feel like it's just different all the way around. For the better.
That's good. How has your life improved since choosing sobriety?
Well, improvement is from a point of view. So, from the point of view of the lens of my spiritual life is better than it's ever been because I came to a point that I had to break and realize that I was weak and I needed help. And that was hard for me, especially as a man. It's hard for me or any man to say I need help. And I can still remember the point where it happened, where everything was going on and it was, I was in a drug-raged cluster of life and just everything wasn't adding up. There was a lot of things happening that day, but in the end, I just wanted my family. Like that, out of all the chaos and all of the craziness, the law enforcement, the possibility of federal prison, and just, life was happening at a real fast pace at that point, and I couldn't put together. I've always known what to do, how to do it. I had a plan what to do, and at that point, everything was completely unmanageable. And whenever I finally said, "Okay, God, this is me. I got it." That's when I learned that prayers were answered, and I learned, a little bit at that point about who God was. Right. After that, day by day, I was adding more to understanding of what it was. So the improvement in the beginning was rough. Like I hated life. I didn't want to live. I was so addicted to the mess and putting all the things that were in the mess and the lifestyle, the fast-paced lifestyle. Selling drugs, doing drugs, running stand-up days, doing all the things that I was doing, but I didn't want to let that go immediately. But I knew that I couldn't survive anymore if I continued, because the truth of it is I wasn't trying to kill myself, but I was doing enough meth every day to actually kill some people, because I was shooting it, right? So I wasn't just smoking. I started out smoking and smoked it. Really didn't get into smoking until this last binge, started about 2 years ago. But then after that, it was instantaneous drug use every day. And if I couldn't do it like that, then I didn't do it. So in the initial beginning stages of it, it was very rough. It was very, very rough. The shakes and the dreams, having dreams already my adult life, but then having using dreams, doing drugs or shooting dope and then waking up and being sober. And I remember some of the first nights that I was in Smith County, when I turned myself in, it was just like there was no sleep. I wasn't on drugs, and my body was still used to being awake for 30, 40, 50, 60 hours at a time. So physically, it's kind of funny that I got a good deal of health now, 80 or 60 something days. I went to the doctor and got a good deal of health back, and everything checked out okay. But I've used my body hard in the last 4 years. I haven't been using my body, so I've been blessed to be in as good as physical shape as I am. Saying that, it didn't feel good when I decided But after time of being sober, finding other things to do, mentally I started to refocus. The brain fog went away. The confusion, the reality started to set back in with the things that were not adding up in life as far as people, places, things, those people chasing you, the paranoia, all of that started to subside. Life started to get better and better. But it wasn't a quick change. It was something that I had to work for, and she's had to work for every single day. She had to work for it longer than I did because I stopped using way after she did. She stopped using
By the way,
200 something days
how
before.
many days are you sober?
261.
Yeah,
That's
261.
amazing.
Sorry, 150. So, 261 days, and I'm only 80 days, so, there's 180 something days there that she sat and watched me do drugs, every day, and still was able to overcome the fact that she had already made that commitment in her life and she quit. So, that was really, that was a big relief off of my conscience that I was not pulling her down. I always had a funny saying with ladies that I should do before Jesus does. Well, that's the way our relationship kind of worked out. When I first met her, I was not a Christian. I was agnostic. I didn't believe in God. I was my own God. I believed in the old gods, and I didn't believe in Jesus Christ. And I did, but I was in such a big denial of who I was when I was a child that it was crazy. So I definitely started to feel better in 5 categories to answer the question. One, physically, I started to feel better. Mentally, I started getting clarity. As far as financially and things, that's always been a struggle. But because I wasn't selling drugs anymore, there's fast money in selling drugs, but there's also clean money that I don't have to worry about money to go for now. So that is good. That's an improvement. That's an improvement for stopping me. Romantically, our relationship's better than it's ever been. She only hates me some days instead of all days. And she doesn't really have